My name is May Dapkus.
And I'm Olivia Self, and we're both juniors at Mount Brook High School.
Our project is In the Running podcast. So In the Running podcast is us interviewing candidates running for local office in order to educate voters about who they're voting for.
Recently, we've been moving from local elections, so we interviewed Mayor Woodfin of Birmingham and a lot of other mayors of other municipalities, and now we're moving from that to more national politicians. So recently we've interviewed some possible U.S. senators for Alabama, and we're really excited to continue this process.
One day I was just walking my dogs and I'd been getting more interested in local politics and government and all of that. And I was looking at all these yard signs in everyone's yard, and I was kind of just thinking about how do these people know who to vote for besides who has whose sign in what yard, and is it based on policy or is it based on just popularity? So I videoed Olivia and I pitched her this idea of how about we interview these people and make it a standardized way where everyone can go to this one source and get all the information they need for the election. So we talked about it and we made it happen.
Our podcast has impacted a various group of people, but overall we've had over 1,000+ viewers on both platforms, Spotify and YouTube. And we've also, during our Spotify Wrapped of the year, we ranked top 25% of all video podcasts on Spotify, which was a really big honor for both me and May. So.
Oh yeah, I think we had a few listeners from out of the country.
This is crazy.
I have no idea how that happened, but hey, we're happy to have you all.
When we started the podcast, we really wanted to reach out to more of the younger audience and the people who didn't really know much about local politics and now even national politics. But really, most of our audience has been adults, young adults, and even our parents' age, just because I think maybe there was really a need for this, even for adults to know what their politicians stand for and who to vote for. So I think it really showed us the problem isn't just in our youth, but also this need for more information on politicians is across the spectrum of all ages, and I think adults are also very curious to know more about the people that they're going to vote for. So yeah.
One of my favorite stories about someone listening to the podcast is I had a friend's dad reach out to me and say oh, I listened to it, I really enjoyed it, but the thing that he said that really stuck with me is it changed my mind on one of the candidates. So if he hadn't listened to it, he would have just went with whatever he knew just from word of mouth or from yard signs, but he actually listened and heard what they had to say and it changed his mind. I thought that was really cool. So when I first got the idea for the podcast, I had all these doubts, I don't really know how to do it. I didn't think candidates would want to talk to me because, I was so inexperienced in this field. But my dad was just kind of telling me to just do it anyway, and that you can do things without being an expert in the topic, and you can do things with these doubts, and you can take up space in these spaces where you don't feel like you belong because your ideas do mean something, and acting on them is important.